A very warm welcome to you as the road to qualifying for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar continues apace this afternoon, with Malawi up against Ivory Coast in Group D in African qualifying. This is arguably the toughest section to win, as rivals Cameroon and the Ivory Coast are qualified for the World Cup a combined 10 times between them. But Malawi and Mozambique, the two teams in the section, are hoping to do more than just make up the numbers, as they both dream of a first World Cup appearance next year. It is the Ivorians who hold a 1-point lead thanks to a 2-1 home win over the Cameroonians on match day 2. Cameroon in action at home later on this afternoon against Mozambique. Malawi with 1 win and 1 defeat so far. They beat Mozambique last time out. I'll be hoping to build on that victory against the Ivory Coast. This game being played at Orlando Stadium in Johannesburg. And that is due to Malawi's due to their home grounds not being deemed up to standards for the World Cup qualifiers. As they're setting up a temporary base in Johannesburg. Picked up all 3 points here last month. I'll be hoping to do exactly the same at this time around against an Ivorian team with a number of players out missing this afternoon. More on that in a few minutes' time. But Ivory Coast, though, still the favourites. They will be making a 9th straight appearance at the Africa Cup of Nations at the start of next year. 24th in total, second only to Egypt. And the Egyptians, the record at 7-time champions, will be making their 25th appearance next year. And the Ivorians have qualified for the tournament in 19 of the past 20 tries. Last missing out on the 2004 edition. Well, as for Malawi, they will also be at the 2014 finals, making just their 3rd appearance at the Cup of Nations. A victory over Uganda on match day 6. I saw them finish runners-up behind Burkina Faso in their qualifying group, and they will make their first appearance since 2010, 3rd overall. Also took part in 1984. They have never been beyond the group stage, however. Well, some 61 places separate these two countries in the FIFA World Rankings. Malawi, who go by the nickname the Flames, 115th. Just a couple of spots behind Zimbabwe. As for Ivory Coast, well, they are 54th, 1 place behind Ghana. The Elephants did reach a high of 12th in 2013. That was during a run of 3 successive World Cup appearances. Took part at the finals in 2006, 2010 and 2014. Part of the golden generation. They failed, though, to qualify for the last edition, the 2018 finals in Russia. Finished 2nd behind Morocco on a 2-0 home defeat on the final day of qualifying to the Moroccans. It cost them a place in Russia. They had needed to win that. Wasn't to be the case, however. Well, after last night's shock victory for Central African Republic, away to Nigeria, and the Ivorians will be on red alert this afternoon against Malawi, wary of a possible upset. Malawi beaten 2-0 by Cameroon in their opening game at the start of September. Going down in Yaoundé, but they bounce back to beat Mozambique by 1-0 a few days later. Ivory Coast, they kicked off with a 0-0 draw away to Mozambique. But then that all-important victory in Abidjan over Cameroon. Well, Sebastian Aller getting both goals in the first half hour. They will also have to do without Allah this afternoon, Ivory Coast. They are still hopeful that he could feature in the return fixture between these two nations on Monday. That game will be played in Benin. The aim very much for this double-header, as far as Ivory Coast is concerned, is to pick up the maximum 6 points and stay top of the pile ahead of Cameroon and keep things in their own hands. Just the winners of the 10 groups advance to the final round of qualifying, where 5 home and away two-legged ties will determine the 5 qualifiers for next year's finals in Qatar. Malawi hoping to get the better of Ivory Coast for the first time since 1974 today. Their previous meeting against the Elephants came in qualifying for the 2010 World Cup, where it took a surprise lead, only to see Didier Drogba equalise shortly after, as the two teams played out a 1-1 draw. Well, there's a relatively young Malawi side. Just the one player in the squad over the age of 30. It'll be interesting to see how they handle the pressure of playing a team such as Ivory Coast, who not so long ago were among one of the top teams in international football, just outside the top 10 worldwide. Of course, one of Africa's powerhouses as well. Well, Malawi feeling comfortable playing in at Johannesburg, and they will hope their victory last time out, being acquainted with the surroundings, will put them in good stead this afternoon as they try and shock the Ivorians and climb above them in Group D. Thanks for joining us. The journey to the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar continues this afternoon as Malawi take on Ivory Coast at Orlando Stadium in Johannesburg. Malawi's temporary base for these qualifiers, with their home ground not deemed up to sufficient standards. The Ivorians made a good start in their bid to return to the World Cup after missing out in 2018. But a win for Malawi here would really make things interesting and, of course, boost their hopes of making a maiden appearance. Malawi lost key attacker Richard Mbulu to a stomach bug in the build-up to kick-off, while the Ivorians must do without most of their Premier League contingent, as well as the informer Sebastian Aller up front, who's attending the birth of his child. Just the one change for Malawi from the team that beats Mozambique, and that is Mbulu dropping out. And it's coming into the side as Duncan Nyoni. As for the Ivorians, well, they struck an agreement with the English clubs. But a number of players would only feature in the second of the doubleheader. And that means that the Elephants must do without the likes of Nicola Pepe, Wilfried Zaha, Eric Bailly, and Jean-Michel Seri for this one. And Serge Aurier back to captain the side, recently joined Villarreal. Willy Boly is included, the Wolverhampton defender. And Patrice Burnell, as he knows what to expect from Malawi, having spent a number of years working in Zambia, a former assistant to Hervé Renard, who led the country to the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations title. It's Malawi against Ivory Coast on match day 3 in qualifying for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. The Ivorians looking for another win to stay ahead of Cameroon in Group D. And Charles Petro being put under pressure early on. The whistle goes in favour of Malawi. Maxillan Gradel, player penalised. Now in Turkey with Sivasspor Gradel. Spent a number of years in England. The majority of this Ivorian squad based overseas. One notable exception being the goalkeeper Sylvain Gaboho. I should say he is based overseas as well. But he is in Africa with the Ethiopian club Kite Katema. Bolly. Last touch, it was off. Christian Kouame, the Anderlecht man. Oh, poor pass there. And this might present an opening for Ivory Coast. This is Gradel running at his man. Clips in the cross. Can he find a teammate? Attack is kept alive by Aurier. Offering himself in support is Kessier, but Aurier gets the cross away, and it is cleared for a throw. Mbakani Mazava wearing the captain's armband for Malawi. Touch gets away from Aurier. Gabadinho Mahango winning the foul. Caught from behind by Snally Diamande. Patrice Baumel making 5 changes from the team that beat Cameroon at the last time out. The majority of those enforced, with by Maxwell Cornet and Seri and Ala all unavailable. And Jeremy Boga dropping to the bench as well. And Diamande, one of 5 of the players drafted in. And it's Chimpezi, impeded by Jean-Everard Kouassi. Plays in China with a Wuhan Kouassi. And flighted over and just knocked out for a throw by Hassan Kamara. The player drafted in by Baumel this afternoon. A couple of France-based defenders in the starting lineup for Ivory Coast. Diamande and Kamara. And 3 at the back for the Elephants. A couple of wing-backs, Aurier on this right-hand side. And the touch deserting him on that occasion. Well, down by Muyaba. Well, back though by the Ivorians. Bully. Rolls it forwards. Cross to Diamande. Just to thread it up ahead. Big loss not having Haller in the side. particularly given his recent goal-scoring heroics, both at club and international level. Can Malawi create an opening here? Cuts it back, and the shot deflected up, and the rebounds headed over. Oh, good opportunity early on here for Malawi. It was Gabadinho Mahango creating the problems, bursting into the box and getting the shot away. The ball looping up into the air and then headed over by Gerald Phiri Jr. A bit of a let-off for Ivory Coast. Well, they heed that warning. Aurier. Left Tottenham at the end of August, Aurier. And has just recently joined last season's UEFA Europa League winners at Villarreal in Spain. And foul conceded just inside the Ivory Coast half. Chimbezi lifted forwards. Lovely first touch just to bring it out of the air. She muscled off the ball. Zava back to Petro. And Miyaba force Bully to deal with it. John Banda overhits that pass. Aurier. The space here perhaps for Gradel. Well defended though. Throw taken by Camera. Franck Kessier. And Sangare lays it off to him, the PSV man. Aurier. Abdullah Kusunu. Back with Bolly. He's drifting forwards. Flighted in to the area, headed away. Chance here for Sangare perhaps to shoot, lays it off. Get the shot away here, deflected, and that will go behind the attempt by Jean-Evrard Kouassi. Corner kick for the Ivorians. Shifted it onto his left foot nicely. Created a bit of a space. It'll be Gradel to take the corner on the far side. Pick out a teammate here. Very nearly did. As Bully got a head on it. Well defended though. Back it comes. And that will Hand on the roof of the net. Another corner. The decision by the referee. And the man in the middle this afternoon, Peter Waweru from Kenya. Part of an all-Kenyan officiating quartet. Hotel again, whips it in, and this time it's headed down and wide. Sinali Diamande rising to make contact. Mick Mwasi, the Malawi coach, took over in June of 2019 as a replacement for Belgian Ronnie van Genugden. Former defender at international level, Mwasi, now 49 years of age. And he is looking to lead his country to a first international win over Ivory Coast in almost half a century. Sangare. The team just settling in to this one, taking their time to find their bearings. Patrice Bonnel, no stranger to followers of African football. He served as an assistant under Hervé Renard with both Zambia and Morocco. Another opportunity perhaps here for Malawi. Twisting and turning, get the shot away here, and it's saved well by Gaboho. Peter Banda, and just couldn't close him down. He got past a couple of men. And it needed a good start from Gaboho in the end. Got beyond Diamande, and Sangare couldn't get there to cover in time. Lovely bit of play from Banda. It's destined for a bottom corner as well. And the intervention from Gaboho. Veteran presence in this Ivorian squad. 32 years of age now. So Mahango trots across to take the set piece. Referee will want that one to be retaken, as having a word with a couple of players inside the 6-yard box. Disappointing delivery in the end into the side netting. It'd be remiss of me not to point out as well that's Bonnel was on Renard's staff when Ivory Coast won the Cup of Nations in 2015 after a marathon penalty shootout against Ghana. He's returned to take over the top job. In charge now for the past 18 months, Bonnel took over from Ibrahim Kamara in March of 2020. And after leading Ivory Coast to next year's Cup of Nations, I'll be hoping to do likewise in World Cup qualifying as well, as the Elephants seek to make a fourth appearance in 5 editions. Fell short last time around. An early problem here for Malawi. Lost Richard Mbulu before kickoff due to illness. And Gerald Fury Jr., another one of their main goal-scoring threats down here, receiving some medical attention. It was his late penalty against Botswana in the first qualifying rounds back in September of 2019. Well, it helped Malawi make it through to this second round of qualifying. Well, a handful of players who plays his club football in at South Africa, Fury. Contracted to Baroka FC. Sangare clipped there. There will be a free kick. Ore to play this one in. Headed away by the first man. Clipped over towards Gradel. Try and get his way past Sanudi. Still going is Gradel, and the header over the top. Lovely work out on that left-hand side by Maximilian Gradel. And Jean-Everard Kouassi wasn't too far away from breaking the deadlock. Got there just ahead of his mark here. And it took a touch off the defender last, so it will be a corner.
Come on, Richard! Come on, Richard!
The chance here for Gradel, 6 white shirts inside the area. And it's headed over again. Another chance goes begging. This time it's Diamande once more. He's made a nuisance of himself. These dead balls inside the opening 20 minutes. A couple of chances now for the Leon defender. A reason for concern for Mek Mwase. A lovely touch from Gradel. Kessier. Kouassi with Aurier now. To swing it in. Mahango holding off. Sangare. Free. That's a quick word with the Ivorian midfielder. It's reached across over the back of Mahango. Slowed him down. Ball glancing off the head of Boli. Sanudi towards Nioni. Last touch off the Malawi number 14. Coming up to the midway point in this first half. Nothing to divide the two teams so far. And Mahango suggesting that's Diamande who have bought that free kick. Ball is cut out. Finds the feet of Banda. Pinched away by Aurier. Sankare. Not yet find its man. That will skip through to Richard Chipua. Started the win over Mozambique. And after Ernest Kakobwe was between the sticks on match day 1. A loss against Cameroon. And the shot nowhere near from Gradel. Holds his hand up by way of apology. Busy winding up for the long throw down the sideline. Calmly done by Banda. Petro almost took his eye off it. Bowley wins the header. Kessier. Diamande. Nice turn from Kouassi. Pass to Kessier. And that should trickle out, but Petro taking no risks. Sounds like Mekmouassi urging his players to move forwards. Get out from the back, but Ivory Coast still have the ball here. Eventually cut out. Struggling to get out of their own half here. The nominal home side, Malawi. And their stadium in Lilongwe, deemed up to standards. All these World Cup qualifiers. The reason why they're playing at Orlando Stadium in Johannesburg. Chembezi, a long throw, controlled by Mahango, tries to get the run on Diamande, knocked behind for corner kick. So Mahango, he do better this time around, headed away at the near post. Helped on by Kouassi. Banda, ping it cross field. Opportunity to play it in here. Headed away well. And Ivorians have it back. And Côte with it. Skips past one. Running out of space though, and will indeed earn the free kick. It's really appeared to be going anywhere. Drew the foul. Kuda Mayaba tracking back, just late getting to the ball. Maybe a final warning for the Polokwane man. So Gradel has dusted himself down. And we'll take this set piece over on the far side. Bends it in, helped on, and behind for a goal kick. Eluding the black and white shirts inside the Malawi area. Isn't a bad ball in though by Gradel by any means. Moray wins the initial header. And Banda keeps away from Aurier. A couple of step overs from Banda and straight at Kaboho. Joined last season's CAF Champions League quarter-finalist Simba of Tanzania in August. Peter Banda. Before that, he was with one of the UEFA Champions League stories of the season, Sheriff Tiraspol. Played a couple of rounds of qualifying for them in this season's competition before making the move to Tanzania. And while he may have left the Moldovan champions, Charles Petro is currently on the books of Sheriff. He made 3 substitute appearances in the qualifying rounds of the UEFA Champions League. And Sheriff came through 4 rounds of qualifiers to qualify for the group stage for the very first time. Has not been a part of the squads in the group stage so far. Wins over Shakhtar Donetsk. And then a famous one at the Bernabeu last time out. Late winner by Sebastian Thiel, earning Sheriff a remarkable 2-1 victory over the record 13-time European champions. And Malawi here have a free kick in a fairly dangerous position. Stood over it, Gerald Fury Jr. and Gabadinho Mahango. Looks as if Mahango fancies this one. Rojo just trying to line up that wall to his liking. And will be Mahango. Isn't too far away. Never really troubled Guaho though. To pick out that near top corner. Pass over hit and not kept in play. Sanudi gets it back. This is Petro. Pumps it forwards. Header won well by Kosunu. Sangare. Aurier. Couple of men in close quarters. The Malawi captain, Mbekani Mazava. Some sort of issue here. More than half an hour gone in at Johannesburg. Still goals between Malawi and Ivory Coast. Gervinho to the right of your screen among the substitutes. Sangare, Kessier. Aurier. Decent first touch. Teasing balls might drop here, and it's the opening goal. What a finish that is. Maximilian Gradel. Ball bouncing over the head of the defender. And punished by Gradel. Sublime strike on the half volley. And Ivory Coast have the lead. Around about 10 minutes before half-time. Despite missing a number of key players, it is Gradel who steps up in their absence. Rory it was. Ball taking an awkward bounce over the head of Stanley Sanudi. And waiting beyond him was Gradel. Made no mistake whatsoever. Crisp strike arrowing into the bottom far corner. And Ivory Coast, of course, to make it 2 wins from 3 as things stand. 4 points from their opening at 2 games. And a draw away in Mozambique, and then a crucial 2-1 victory at home to Cameroon in Abidjan. Kessier. Kiwame caught late by Charles Petro. Referee, he had to dip into his pockets so far. No yellow cards for either team to this point. Kessier. Chimbezi. Banda has had the best opportunity for Malawi in this first half. Pullback gets away from his namesake though, John Banda. And Gradel has it, the goal scorer. Header won by Aurier, but rather central. Almost fell kindly for Malawi. This is John Banda. A long ball forward here. And it will be kept in play by Kouassi. Just had his leg clipped and eventually it did go to ground. And there's the first booking of the afternoon. Peter Banda shown the yellow cards. Caught the calf of Kouassi as he danced beyond him. The best of passes from Kessier, but Skaboho anticipated it well. Chimbeshi taken away by Kouassi, and then decision goes against Sangare. Appeal for a handball from Mayaba. Referee waves play on. Gradel. And is that strike from Gradel a few minutes ago? Separates the two teams at present. Sangare, Boli. Kosanu. Attempted first time. Flick was cut out. Mwaza. Searching ball forward, and that should bounce through to Kuboho. Diamande. Banda. Petro. Kessier. Heading it to an opponent. Nioni. Petro. A bit of confusion as to whether it's a free kick or a throw. Looks like it will be a drop ball. Sankare into the stride of Aurier. Carrying it forward. Kessier needs to thread it through to Kouame first time. And Kouame will put Chipua under pressure. Did well enough, the Malawi keeper. Banda. Chipua this time. And leathers it forwards. And that will roll beyond Aurier. Chimbezi. There's close control. Body steps in. Kouassi. Kosunu. Kessier. Bolly coming short for it, Sangare. Diamande. Ivory Coast will be pretty happy just to see this one out to half-time. And Kessier, unless they can get a second. Scooped up by Chipua. Nioni. On back by Aurier. Crosses it in, takes a deflection. And Chipua fouled by Kouame. And just the 1 minute will be added to the end of this first half. Fairly free-flowing, opening 45 minutes. Banda. Cut out by Bully. Gradel pushing the back, and it will be a free kick for the Ivorians. What approach will they take here? Will they bring men forwards? A chance to double their leads going into half-time. Or will they play it safe? Looks like they will bring a number of the defenders forwards. Diamande and Bully both up for this. Hacked clear. A shot from Kessier. Well off target. And it is half-time in Johannesburg. Malawi trail Ivory Coast by a 0-0. Max Alain Gradel with the only goal so far, 9 minutes before half-time. Ivory Coast looking to make it back-to-back wins in Group D. They're drawing their opening match. Malawi hoping to do likewise, but they have a lot of work to do in this second half. After conceding that opener from Gradel. Fairly even at first 45 minutes, but it is Ivory Coast who shaded it with that goal in the final 10 minutes. Courtesy of Gradel. Welcome back to Orlando Stadium in Johannesburg, where Malawi, who are the home side in this game, trail Ivory Coast by a 1-0 after the opening 45 minutes. Goal scored 9 minutes before half-time by Max-Alain Gradel. It's the third round of games in Group D. Ivory Coast came into match day 3, top of the pile with 4 points after the opening 2 matches. Point ahead of both Cameroon and Malawi, with Mozambique propping up the section, just a solitary point. Well, the goal expressed by Ivory Coast coach Patrice Bonnel, going to the double-header against Malawi, was for them to pick up 6 points, and they're on their way to achieving the first part of that. Despite the absence of some key players, the likes of Nicolas Pepe, Wilfried Zaha, Maxwell Cornet, all staying behind in Abidjan. And Sebastian Aller unavailable as well, attending the birth of his child. Referee just waiting for everything to be in order before giving the signal for the second half to get underway. And it is the away side who resume things in Johannesburg, looking to add to their 1-goal advantage against Malawi. Malawi hoping to qualify for a first ever FIFA World Cup. Ivory Coast have been to the finals on 3 prior occasions, 2006, 2010 and 2014. And Frank Kessier is caught on the back of that left foot by John Banda. Both teams unchanged at the start of this second half. Richard Chipua did keep a clean sheet in the win over Mozambique, but nothing he could do about the goal scored by Gradel in the first half. Provider for that was Aurier, and this time his free kick headed up and away. Sliced clear by Mbekani Mazava. Plays for Amazulu in South Africa. Made his international debut back in 2010. Aurier makes a deflection through to Kouame. Chimbezi. Well, did Aurier get a touch on it? He's arguing he didn't, but play restarts quickly. Opportunity here perhaps for Malawi. Might still be a chance, and Gaboho forced to turn it behind. Kuda Mayaba getting the shot away. Ivory Coast just caught napping there. Throw in taken quickly. It was Mahango initially who broke free. The ball then rolling towards Mayaba. And Gaboho with a second important save. Denied. And Peter Banda in that first half. It will be Mahango to take the resulting corner. And Gradel helps it on its way. Petro. Entirely sure who he was aiming for there. Kessier. Driving forward, the AC Milan midfielder. Lays it off to Aurier. Well, vitally important that Ivory Coast do come away with the 3 points today. Any slip-up would present Cameroon with a chance to go back above them at the top of Group D. Cameroon in action later on this afternoon at home to Mozambique in Douala. And that's cross straight at Gaboho. Bully. Chested down by Gradel. Zava. Petro. Diamanda using his strength. Gradel didn't quite read his teammates' intent. And just the one goal scored in 2 games so far for Malawi. And their cause not helped by the absence of Richard Mbulu. Ruled out by illness. Incidentally, it was also Mbulu's goal against Uganda that secured Malawi their place at next year's Cup of Nations finals. Triggered wild celebrations back home. Well, shouting for it was Chapua. Well, Petro wanted to intervene himself. Theory Jr. Good ball here. Out comes Gaboho and a lob onto the roof of the net. Well, Gaboho, rush of blood to the head there from the Ivorian keeper. And Mahango's lob, just a little bit too much on it. Lovely ball from Theory. Picked out the run of Mahango. And Gaboho got nowhere near it. Luckily for him and for Ivory Coast. The lob landing on top of the goal rather than in it. Jeffrey Seri-Die. So among the substitutes as well for Ivory Coast. Experienced midfielder now playing in Switzerland. Deemed an unfair challenge by Kasunu. And we'll have a first change made by Malawi. Here comes Duncan Nyoni. And he is replaced by Mbulu. Mbulu obviously not well enough to start. But he has been thrown on here early in the second half. Let's see how he holds up. The impression was that he'd been ruled out entirely. Clearly not the case. Let's see if he can have an impact off the bench instead. Kouassi expecting an overlap to be made. And Gradel nowhere near it. Gradel is trying to square it for Kouassi. Well defended in the end. Sadudi. Petro. Fury. Mayaba. I fancy a shot here, Mayaba, he does. It would have been interesting to see if the flag had gone up, that ball being controlled. Certainly wasn't the idea, it was definitely a shot from Mayaba, almost worked out. Petro. He's going to skip through here invitingly for Mbulu. Pass it back to Sanudi. Mbulu, first time across, not a bad one either. Laid off, and a good save from Gaboho to deny John Banda. And that was well worked by Malawi. Hit firmly as well by Banda, but Gaboho stationed in the right position. I wonder if Mayaba could have let that one run. As it was, it wasn't a bad layoff for Banda by any means. Corner headed away at the near post. Gradel latches onto it. That's support. Kouame back with Gradel. Touch gets away from him, but Camera. That's the ball taken away from him as well. And Mbulu. Bit of a collision, wasn't Mbulu, in fact, it was Mahango. Fallen on top of Gaboho. Kosanu not best pleased either. Gaboho have taken a blow to their heads. Fury pushing his teammate away. Oh, Mahango slowed up. Bumped into Kosanu and caught Gaboho as well. Well, they have had their chances, Malawi. Three of them in the second half already. Two good saves by Gaboho. He could count himself a touch lucky as well. The lob from Mahango. And he rushed out of goal and got nowhere near it. Wonder if Patrice Baumel will make some changes, try and arrest the momentum back in his team's favour. Kouassi, Aurier. Kouassi once more. Through the legs of the defender, and again keeps going. Eventually, Chipua able to pounce on it. Kessier. The referee will halt proceedings. We have an injured player. It is the captain again at Limbikani Mazava. That might be the end of his participation in this one. Could be a muscle injury by the looks of it. The physio is working on him. Getting ready. Peter Chalupi and Gumazgani Chiwa. See which of the two is summoned if Mazava is indeed unable to carry on. Gervinho, former Arsenal, Roma and Lille man, moved to Turkey in July. Played at the 2010 and 2014 World Cups for Ivory Coast. Pull the trigger here, and it's wide. Did it take a touch, the shot from Kouassi? Well, he was adamant it did. Referee, less so. Long kick from Chipua. Sagare. Aurier. Sagare moves past one. It's it off back to Aurier again. Tries to knock it round his man. And it will be a goal kick. So it is indeed the end of the afternoon for Mazava. Gingerly working his way around the side of the pitch. And on in his stead, Peter Chalupi. So the first substitution made by Malawi. To lose their captain through injury. Kouame caught by Petro. Shifting it past his marker, drawing the foul. So in comes the free kick, headed away. Solid defending. And Kessier walks it backwards and will stay and play. It will. Doesn't have much in the way of support. Kessier kind of presenting himself and throwing the way of Malawi. Banda. And it's knocked forward. Foul again for the home side, or at least the nominal home side. Taken quickly. Deep cross towards the far post, and that is beyond the reach of its intended targets. Peter Banda. There's the man playing it in. So a little over an hour gone in Johannesburg. Ivory Coast still 1-0 up against Malawi. Nice turn from Mbulu. Was he eased aside there? It will be a free kick. Well, he has looked fairly lively since being introduced, Mbulu. Plays alongside compatriot Ferry for Baroka. Petro. Alright. Looks as if he might have timed that jump a little prematurely. Managed to hang in the air long enough. Roll through to Mayaba. Bounces off body. And the shot is straight at Gaboho. Hit it pretty well. Cabadinho Mahango. Unfortunately for him though, far too close to Gaboho. Nice 1-2. Banda. So there's the other Banda, Peter Banda. Petro. Gradel sets off in the other direction. Kouame. What can Kouassi do with it? Defender just standing his ground well. In comes the cross. One back here. And cleared once more. Mbulu did well to win the throw. Men over on the far side, a couple of them. Mbulu calling for it. Here's Peter Banda. Mbulu sticking to him. Might reach Banda and it will. Banda lays it off. Fury. Banda. Charge down. Awkward bounce. Referee waves play on. Sanudi. Mbulu. Cleared once more. Fury. No way past Sangare. Opportunity for Ivory Coast to launch a counter. Sangare. Oh, he's done ever so well. Get beyond his marker. Kessier here. Kouassi. Sangare. Again, fine footwork from Sangare. Aurier. Kessier, heavy touch, and Malawi back with the ball. Sanudi. Fury. Banda. And closed down by Kiwame. And brought down by Kiwame. Free kick for Malawi. Another stoppage will allow at least one change to be made. How many of them will there be? So it looks like another change being made by Malawi. Pushing and shoving going on between Fury and Gradel. And Gaboho has been called into action on more than one occasion in the second half.
Very good.
Fury and Mahango. Again, the two Malawi players sizing this one up. It will be Fury this time. Over the top. A word of warning from the referee towards Gaboho. Will clamp down on any attempt at time wasting. Bully. Diamande. Sangare. All taken away from him. Moyaba. Good one for Fury, and Ivory Coast can clear their lines. Chalupi. Petro has it now. Header won well by Camera. We will have a change at last. A couple of them, in fact, made by, or three, made by Ivory Coast. So here comes Jovino in place of Christian Kouame. Karim Kinate also introduced. John Everard Kouassi taken off, and Jeremy Boga, third player, brought on in place of the goal scorer Maxalan Gradel. Shot from the edge of the area. Well off target in the end, but a decent chance again for Moyaba. How will those changes affect Ivory Coast? Will it give them the fresh legs they might need. It's got a clinching second goal, Gervinho. Dancing past a couple of men, Aurier. Shot from Aurier, and that's a powerful one too. Tipped over well by Chipua. Caught it sweetly, Serge Aurier. And Chipua just had to keep his eye on it. Turning it over from under his crossbar. Shifting it onto his left foot, and plenty of power in the strike. Corner taken short. High Ivory Coast. Aurier swings it in on the left boot of his. And Bully keep it in play. The answer is no. Sangare. Rolled through to Mahango. Sol defending. And he does win it back pretty quickly, Mahango. Was he caught by Konate? Referee says he was. It's the last 15 minutes. Can Malawi bring themselves back on at level terms? Have created chances. Need to find a way past Sylvain Gboho and the Ivorian goal. Moyaba. Petro. Sanudi. Space ahead of him. Rolls into the feet of Moyaba. Bulu hits the deck and then brings down his opponent. Getting in a tangle of legs with Willy Bolly. Banda. Clipped by Aurier. Sanudi. Towards Mbulu. Fury. Moyaba. The free kick for Malawi. A reasonable way out. Is it too far for a shot? We've seen both Mahango and Fury take a crack from a distance. And there will be one of those two again. It's as if they will go for goal. And Frank Kessier. And the referee's notebook, first Ivorian booked this afternoon will be Theory. And again, pretty much a carbon copy of his efforts earlier in this second half. Over the top. So time is starting to run out for Malawi here. This is the chance not too long ago for Mahango. Paul ricocheting kindly for him. Space here for Kessier. Chance to make it 2-0 off the post. So close for Frank Kessier. Sees his effort ping back off the upright. That's a good tackle by Sanudi to stop Gervinho. Well, that surely would have about wrapped things up. The shot from Kessier had gone in. Heavy tumble taken by Diamande. Which is away the AC Milan midfielder from doubling the lead for Ivory Coast. Far too much space inside the area afforded him. Moyaba. Distinctive stripe in his hair. Chipua. Angled ball. Cut out, and last touch is off Kessier. Mbulu backing into his man, and free kick on by Mbulu. A foul by Hassan Camara. Ivory Coast hanging on a little bit here. Could do with that second goal for that extra breathing space. It'll be an anxious final few minutes unless they can find it. And a chance for Fury this time. Try and pick out the heads of the teammates. Referee keeping a close eye on things. 5 red and black shirts inside the area. Headed away. Banda. Well defended by the visitors. Sanudi. Petro sprays it out towards Banda. Banda skips past his man. Straight up into the air from Kosanu. Stayed in play as well. And again, Ivory Coast get it clear. Rolled into the feet of Mayaba. He goes down. Caught from behind by Bully. Kessier. Boga. Camera. Gervinho, chance here to double the advantage, and it is 2-0 to Ivory Coast. Calm finish from Ibrahim Sangare. He's been a rock in the heart of midfield for the Ivory Coast today, and he's rounded off his display with what should be the clinching goal for Patrice Baumel's side here. 5 minutes from the end. Gervinho coming off the bench and creating the chance for Sankare. Finished with aplomb. Bunch of space for Sankare. And Shapua just leaning to one side. Sankare spotted it and fired the ball beyond him. And that should wrap things up, you would have thought. We have battled away Malawi, but it looks like they're going to go back to Benin empty-handed. Both fixtures in this doubleheader between the two teams played on neutral territory. This is the home game for Malawi and South Africa. Ivory Coast able to play at home as well, so they will take on Malawi in 3 days' time in Benin. Problems with their pitch at the recently opened National Stadium in Abidjan. Caught late, and the referee straight into his pocket. A yellow card for Mbulu. Threatening just to boil over here some of the tempers. Well, not a good tackle at all from Mbulu. Very late. Well, good to see Camera back up on his feet. Could have been a nasty one for the Nice defender. All that's left now is for Ivory Coast to close this one out. Hammered forwards. It will be a goal kick. Fury. Mayaba. They allowed to continue. And Gaboho will allow a few more seconds to tick off the clock. Banda. Excellent run this from Banda. Tries to cut it back and will have to settle for a corner. And we will have another substitution. Yamakani Chester getting ready to come on for the last few minutes. Ivory Coast also preparing to make a change as well. Corner taken before that will be allowed to occur though. Chivinho giving chase. Ball beats him to the touchline. Chalopi. Sanudi. And they pull one back. Straight at Gaboho once more. This time it was Gabadinho Mahango. Over on that far side, cutting in. Serge Aurier will be struggling with a touch of cramp here. So 3 minutes to be added on at the end of this second half. Will Aurier be able to see them out? Emmanuel Agbadou is stripped off and ready to come on for Ivory Coast. And as Aurier talked himself into a yellow card, that may well be the case. Referee flashed the yellow cards. Someone it is indeed. Aurier jumps off the stretcher. He's not happy with that booking, clearly. So Peter Banda will make way for Chester. Number of players based in the domestic league with Mighty Wanderers. Ivory Coast had to wait before making their changes. May not even get on at this rate. Banda. Chimbezi. This is Chester. He tries to roll it through. And can Gaboho keep it in play? I don't think he can. Will be a corner. Doesn't agree with the decision at all. So Aurier will come off with Agbadou and placing him for these final few seconds. Looks as if Habib Maiga was also getting ready to come on, with the ref says get on with it. Shrug of the arms from the referee. This corner will eventually be taken. Flicked on at the near post by Mayaba. A disappointing delivery. And Kaboho being told to stay on his feet. Mere seconds left in this one. Could they finish this with a flourish? Shot from the edge of the area, and it is 3-0 right at the death. Jeremy Boga completes the win for Ivory Coast, comes off the bench and picks out the back of the net with what may well be the final kick of the game. A lovely finish from the Sassuolo player. The scoreline may slightly flatter Ivory Coast, but they won't matter one jot. Looks like it took a bit of a nick off a defender, giving Chipua no chance, but excellent work from Boga to stay on his feet and get the shot away. Still trying to make those two changes, Ivory Coast. But there won't be any time, because there goes the final whistle. It is Malawi 0, Ivory Coast 3. Patrice Bonnell still in discussion with one of his assistants. They have the 3 points in Group D this afternoon. The Elephants, a couple of late goals making sure of victory after Max-Alain Gradel put them ahead in the first half. Ibrahim Sankare, and then the substitute Jeremy Boga with the last kick of the match, adding a third. Ivory Coast making it 2 wins from 3, unbeaten halfway through this qualifying campaign, and with 7 points on the board. As for Malawi, they have 3 points from 3 matches, alternating wins and losses so far, beaten on match day 1.